I'll have to tell them about that. Lead Well by Ken Falk, and I'm going to go down that rabbit trail. And I'm going to keep finding books, going down the Amazon rabbit trail, looking up to see who promoted these books. And the thing is, for most of us, if you're J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter, you don't need to do this. But for most of us who maybe aren't, I have no delusions of grandeur. I'm going to just break the heartbreaking news to myself here. My book's probably not going to have 250,000 pre-orders. And we'll talk about why pre-orders are so important. Reality is, our goal is 25,000 copies. I want to do 25,000 pre-orders, and that is a stretch goal. Statistically, if you look at what we have, I'm probably going to do in the neighborhood of 16 to 17.5. That's what the numbers look like. And if you look at my advance that I got from the publisher and all of the stuff, that's pretty much what they're projecting as well. Somewhere in that like 15,000 to 17,500 books. I think it's more like 16 to 17.5. So 25,000 is a stretch goal. So my point to that is this. I don't necessarily need to be looking at who promoted the biggest books. I don't need to be looking at the podcast necessarily that might have moved 4,000 and 5,000 books, although I will try to get on those. But I want to look at, who promoted some of these books, Build a Business, Not a Job. Who promoted some of these books that maybe you haven't heard of, that might have only sold 5,000, 6,000 copies, but 3,000 or 4,000 of them were sold by affiliates. Those are great books to look at. And I'm basically going to go down the Amazon rabbit trail. I'm going to go search for that book, see who promoted it. I'm going to probably find anywhere from 5 to 25 affiliates per book, and I'm going to reach out to them. And the message is essentially going to say, and again, we've got the copy paste templates, but it's essentially going to say, I saw that you promoted